I lost a dear friend, Gene Hackman. I had the pleasure of working alongside Gene on two films, Unforgiven and Under Suspicion. And like everyone who's ever shared a scene with him, I learned he was a generous performer and a man whose gifts elevated everyone's work. He received 2 Oscars, but more importantly, he won the hearts of film lovers all over the world. Gene always said, "I don't think about legacy. I just hope people remember me as someone who tried to do good work." So I think I speak for us all when I say, Gene, you'll be remembered for that and for so much more. Rest in peace, my friend.
Thanks for tuning back into Crime Time Podcast. You see what it is that was at the Oscars. The living legend, Morgan Freeman, with a special message to his friend who passed on, Gene Hackman. Something that just has everyone, myself included, just astonished. So bizarre, so mysterious. What happened? But before we dive more into that, I just want to say, as always, make sure to subscribe, hit the buttons, all that good stuff. Join the discussion. Morgan Freeman, again, he's the man. All that voiceover work, all those iconic roles. Hop into the comments and let me know your favorite Morgan Freeman picture. But someone put a response to this, and from my research, I believe it is actually accurate. Ain't that crazy? Morgan Freeman, who is in his 80s, Gene Hackman passed away in his 90s, I think 96, 97 years old, something like that, after a hell of a career. And you heard what Morgan Freeman was talking about. He elevated everyone around him. He brought the best out of everyone. He was a giant. Rest in peace to him. He earned 2 Oscars. And Morgan Freeman has quite the stellar career for himself as well. It feels like he's just been here forever, making iconic movies, and again, the voiceover work and just his whole aura about him. And you know what's wild? Like I said, I'm not 100% that this is accurate, but I believe that it is. Morgan Freeman really didn't cross over and see that massive success and even begin to become who he is as we know him today until he was in his 50s. Can you believe that? So like the person who wrote this, and again, if you believe this, you contest this, that it's not accurate, comment. You think it is accurate, leave a comment with your thoughts. Subscribe. Once again, it's all about hearing from you guys, the people. But patience is a virtue. The older we get, the more we know. Someone like myself in the midlife crisis zone, it's never too late. I mean, it can be, but look at Morgan Freeman. The man was in his 50s before he even started becoming the legend that he is. It says he was doing TV and stuff like that. Not that there's not some outstanding TV actors out there, but he was doing like type TV, I guess. But getting into this Gene Hackman thing, like I said, from Jump Street, it made no sense. They both passed away, found in different rooms. Gene Hackman in the walkway, the wife in the bathroom, pills all scattered about. A space heater fell on the floor as she fell. The dog deceased as well. That's what really fucked me up, as well as everyone else, I think, out there. You know what I mean? Like, damn, couples have been found deceased together before, but for the dog to be dead too flux me up. You know what I mean? Like, what could have happened? How did the dog die as well? But things are getting even more suspicious and odd and bizarre with this latest update, and I'm confused about a bit of it myself. So everyone had been saying it's got to be a carbon monoxide poisoning. It's got to be what it is. Well, right away from Jump Street, they were also saying no carbon monoxide, no gas leak. They reiterated it, doubled down. Now, a little while past that, because that was the only way anyone could see that they all died like that. But no, they were adamant that that was not what it is. Well, now they're still saying that no carbon monoxide poisoning. There's a toxicology report out there that we're waiting on to hear back. The pills were prescription pills, which can still kill you, but I'm just saying they were not like drugs. But now, as some time has passed, it was so crazy too that this was leading right into the Oscars, someone out of that world to die in such a mysterious manner. And I'm going to leave a video linked for you guys. It's to another channel, or maybe it's on this channel. I can't forget. Make sure to subscribe to me everywhere and tap in and coffee talk it up with me. There's hella conspiracies out there, and I'm not saying I delve into all that or am saying that's what any of anything is. As you see, there's people trying to link this to the Epstein-ish, and that's bull-ish. You know, there is no trial going on right now, you crazy bastard, whoever you are who wrote this. I don't like, listen, conspiratorial stuff, I understand. Things can be more than what we can fathom to be, but a lot of that ish is just way too out there, and this is just bullish. There is no trial going on right now. There was some new files that ended up being like a PR stunt, I think, by the government. Let me know what you thought about that whole thing. And the people were all posing and laughing, walking out with the files. It was sickening, such a sick, twisted, disgusting, disturbing situation, period. But Hackman could have nothing to do with any of that. There is no trial going on. You evil bastard. To play with someone's death like that just turns my stomach and makes me sick. But so now at this point, though, the toxicology report's out. I'm not thinking that we're really going to understand fully what happened until that comes back. And I think it could take weeks to a month. And then you put into the whole factor of, like, when will it be released to the public? In all actuality, we could be waiting months before we find out the real truth. And that's just what it is, in my opinion. Let me know if you agree, because they're saying a few weeks on the toxicology. The situation, I think, is going to be handled rather delicately, because I feel like there just has to be something. I've just been getting grim vibes from all this is what I'm getting at. And I think we're going to see this kind of delayed. We might even see sometimes publicity wise with certain situations when everyone is, I don't want to say up in arms, but everyone is paying attention. In some situations it's up in arms. In this situation, everyone's paying attention. Everyone's wondering what happened. The daughter spoke out to the press. I think quite possibly they might try to put a little more of a delay on it to try to push it out of the public's mind a bit, kind of get people to forget about it, if you will. Let me know if you agree with that. But a utility company did further testing, and once again, it is confirmed no carbon monoxide poisoning, no gas leak. But then the utility company said that there was one burner left on, and that technically is a leak, but they're saying that that couldn't have been lethal. So make from that what you will, if you think that that is indeed true or not. And we wondered in the first place, how did this happen? A neighbor called for a welfare check, and I was like, man, maybe people didn't see Gene and his wife for a while, but now we're finding out it was at least 2 weeks and the bodies were mummified. How fucked up is that? And then to make it even crazier, like I was saying with the whole dog situation, that's what kind of raised my antenna, as well as a lot of other people out there, as it is being looked at as suspicious now, when they kept telling us this wasn't suspicious, but they're still saying no foul play, but it's suspicious enough to warrant a thorough investigation, which any death should be like that, whether it's a star or not. They should get down to the bottom of what exactly happened so families can have closure. But something that a lot of people didn't catch on is that there was a dog inside deceased, but there were 2 other dogs outside alive. Well, now they're saying there was misidentification with the dog. And check this out. Following the news that the deaths at Oscar-winning actor Gene Hackman and his wife Betsy Arakawa are being ruled as suspicious, authorities have stated that they misidentified a deceased dog while investigating the deaths. The couple's German Shepherd named Bear, which there's pictures out there of Gene Hackman with him, survived along with the second dog named Nikita, but their Kelpie mix Zinna died. So when they're saying it was a misidentification with the dog being deceased, it's not them saying that a dog didn't die and 2 dogs lived. It's they're saying the wrong dog died. It wasn't the German Shepherd that Gene was seen with and pictured with. It's this Kelpie mix that was known to be like attached to the wife at the hip. You know, it says Zinna went from being a returned shelter dog to this incredible companion under Betsy's hand. Authorities have been searching for answers after the deaths of Hackman and Arakawa, who partially mummified bodies were discovered on the 26th of February at their Santa Fe home. So a mis-ID on the dog. How crazy is that? And they also took in a couple items, including a day planner and a cell phone for testing. I don't know exactly what they are testing those items for. If it is fingerprints, if it is possible to, if there was some kind of leak that killed everyone, even though they keep saying that's not what it is, if there would be a residue or something on the items, or do you think that they could be saying this is suspicious in the sense, even though that they've said no foul play, that they think someone else could have been up in the house or something like that, as the door was said to be open? So think about that. Mummified bodies at a place where the door was open. A deceased dog as well. 2 other dogs outside living it up, doing their dog thing. They mis-ID'd the dog, and they're tripling down now that it wasn't a gas leak or carbon monoxide poisoning, but they're saying there was a burner left on that emitted a minuscule amount of carbon monoxide that couldn't kill anyone. Isn't this so flucked up, so disturbing, so like, what are we in the Twilight Zone? You know what I mean? Just from right away, nothing is added up about this case, and with each update, it's like more and more bizarre, and the way it's being handled, the way certain info is being put out there, just really has me even more suspicious. The door was open, but no foul play. No one died of a gas leak. Once, twice, third time, still no one died of a gas leak or carbon monoxide, but there was a burner on. Like, is that so that they can later on say, hey, turns out it was carbon monoxide? Like, it just is so confusing, and it's blowing my mind a bit. And then the mis-ID on the dog, and taking in items within the house, a planner and a cell phone for testing. Like, what could that be? Do they believe someone else was in the house? Are they hoping for a long shot, a Hail Mary, that the person didn't wear gloves? I just don't know. You know what I mean? It's also peculiar. It's also confusing, but it's just given me nothing but, again, the grimmest and most disturbingest of vibes. And then to top it all off, we find out that the bodies were mummified and they were dead for weeks. I just really don't know what to make of it all. But jump in the comments with your thoughts across the board. Subscribe, stay tuned for updates. Let me know what you make of this. Have you heard some of the conspiracy theories? Once again, I got a link pinned in the comments. It is a bit, it is on my other channel, but it is a bit out there. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's a doozy, I guess we could say. I don't know how else to put it. Like, and when I say that, I'm saying that I'm not co-signing any of it. You know, I'm a very verbal, literal person. The whole idea of this channel is to talk it up with you guys. So please, pay attention to what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So look forward to talking with you guys. Subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace. God bless. R.I.P. Gene Hackman and his wife and his dog.